Zagarolo is a town and comune in the province of Rome, in the region of Lazio of central Italy. It has 17,803 inhabitants and a total area of 28 square kilometers. It lies 34 kilometers southeast of Rome, and it borders the municipalities of Colonna, Gallicano nel Lazio, Montecompatri, Palestrina, Rome, San Cesarea. The historical town centre of Zagarolo lies on a very narrow tufaceous hill, 2 kilometers long and about 100 meters wide, at an elevation of 310 meters, surrounded by green valleys. The south continuation of the important pilgrim route via Francigena passes through the countryside of Zagarolo. Zagarolo is an historical town whose origin is said to date back to the 5th century BC, when the ancient city of Gabi, a few kilometers from today's Zagarolo, was founded. The town centre is of medieval origin and its current urban plan was developed in the 16th century. Zagarolo is the birthplace of composer Goffredo Petrassi. Main sites. Most of the main attractions of Zagarolo are in the historical town centre, which develops around the narrow 1.5-km long Main Street. The Palazzo Rospigliosi, in the city centre, occupies the site of an ancient medieval castle, which is first referenced to when Pope Paschal II destroyed Zagarolo in early 12th century after the rebellion of the Colonna family, of which the palace was one of the strongholds. For many centuries it remained under the Colonna influence, and was besieged and destroyed several times due to the rivalry between the papacy and the Colonna family. In the 16th century the Colonnese and the papacy started having peaceful relationships, and Zagarolo became a duchy. Hence the palace became known as Palazzo Ducal. In 1591 a council of 8 cardinals was held in the palace, with the mission to revise the Bible for a printed edition. Among them were Marcantonio Colonna and Saint Robert Bellarmine. The building is characterized by frescoes painted by Mannerist artists of 16th century, attributed to Dutch painters, to Antonio Tempesta, and to the Zuccaris. Here in 1606 Caravaggio created masterpieces for the Colonna family, in exchange of refuge on his journey towards Naples. Between Zagarolo and Pagliano he executed the Supper at Emmaus, Mary Magdalene in ecstasy, and perhaps St. Francis in prayer. In the palace also worked Carlo Marita and Ludovico Gimignani, who died in this palace in 1697. Later the palace became property of the Pallavicini family, until it was sold to the Comune in 1979. When the Rospigliosi acquired the Duchy of Zagarolo in 1668, it became property of that family. During World War II the palace was transformed in a German military hospital. Today the Library of Zagarolo and the Toy Museum are inside the palace, and it is used for conventions, exhibitions and other cultural events. Church of St. Lawrence Martyr, located in Piazza del Risorgimento. It is the church dedicated to the patron saint of Zagarolo Street, Lawrence of Rome. Convent and Church of St. Mary of the Graces, located in Piazza Santa Maria. Church of St. Annunziata, has a peculiar octagonal bell tower, and dominates the skyline of Zagarolo. Church of St. Peter, a Baroque church built on the site of a more ancient church. It has an elliptical dome 46 meters high. The first gate to be encountered entering the city centre from the southeast is Porta Rospigliosi, decorated with bas-reliefs in the 16th century and Roman busts and theatrical masks. The other gate, at the northwest entrance to the city, is Porta San Martino, named in honor of Pope Martin V. The Zagarolo Toy Museum, located in Rospigliosi Palace. The museum offers a social reconstruction of toys and the act of playing in a series of sections that, through a historic excursus, crosses the fundamental periods of the 20th century. The Communal Council decided to create the museum in 1998. It was inaugurated in 2005 with a positive response from the critics and the public. It holds over 800 examples of Italian and European toys of the 20th century. Outside the town centre, the Tondo is located at the Col del Pero hill. It is a rare example of an ancient Roman ludus dated to the 1st century AD, a sort of a little amphitheatre used as a gym or training ground for gladiators. Geography. The town centre of Zagarolo lies on a very narrow tufaceous plateau at an elevation of 310 meters, surrounded by two green valleys, Valle del Formal and Valle della Forstore. Most of Zagarolo inhabitants live, however, in the rolling green hills around town. Climate. Zagarolo has a Mediterranean climate with warm and dry summers and cool and wet winters. Summer is mostly hot and sunny, with temperature that may reach peaks above 37 C for a few days. Summer is dry with occasional thunderstorms. Winter is cold with temperature going often below 0 C. Zagarolo typically gets one small snowstorms in the winters. A historic half-meter snowstorm hit Zagarolo in 1982, isolating the town for a few days. Transport. North and south limits of Zagarolo are marked by two important ancient Roman roads that are today still in use. The Via Praenestina on the north and the Via Casalina on the south. Easier access is provided by the A1 motorway and the A24 motorway. Zagarolo has a main train station, 2 kilometers from the city center, that connects the town to Rome, Ciampino, Frosinone, Caserta and Cassino. Trains for Rome have a frequency between 20 and 60 minutes. The trip to Rome takes about 30 minutes. Zagarolo accesses the Ciampino International Airport via railway and a shuttle from the Ciampino train station to the airport. Organizations. Amici di Zagarolo is a non-profit organization dedicated to the promotion of the cultural and folkloristic heritage of the town of Zagarolo, operating since the 1990s. The Toro College has opened a new branch in Zagarolo at the Rospigliosi Palace. The Toro University, Rome, in collaboration with the city of Zagarolo, organizes independent, not-for-credit English courses for the population of Zagarolo and the surrounding area. Twin towns. Nelohozvus, Czech Republic. 6 Fours les Plages, France.